this guy is made the chief security in Victoria Garden City. It's one of the most expensive places in Lagos, and they're having big people there. And what happened is that big, most times when they say all this ogwego, all these people have done ritual, it is actually crime, money that is gotten through one crime or the other. But because you are not seeing the criminality happen, you don't see how they are committing that crime. When you just see them becoming richer overnight, so you think, oh, they have got to do blood money, they are going to do a money ritual. No, it's crime. And so most of them, they went to hide in VGC. They went inside VGC to hide, and because it's an exclusive posh neighborhood, it's almost like off the grid for off police attention. Police don't go there because our mentality towards rich people, big people, or guys at the top where they live. So it was like untouchable. Police could not go there until this guy now came into the picture. He was made the security chief of VGC, and then he realized that so many criminals are hiding in that VGC. They have drug mules. Like today we are crying that there are so many young people are using drugs and blah blah blah. They are hiding in that place, producing drug in high quantity. All these children that are sending out all over the world to go and deliver all this market drug for them, that they are actually from that VGC. So these guys started doing work. So I want you to listen a little bit to what he said.
Recent times is make things extremely uncomfortable. This community has north of 10,000 people. There have always been criminals amongst us. What we've tried to do in recent times is make things extremely uncomfortable for them. I can tell you that there have been people who have come to the management office and said to the GM, we're moving out of this your estate, or if we drive a big car, your chairman will call NDLE or EFCC. And that tells you that criminals are uncomfortable in VGC today. For instance, I won't speak too much about our security apparatus, but if you notice when you come into VGC now, you see 2 cameras that are lit up. Every single number plate that enters this community today is in a database. We're able to match those number plates to timelines. We know who's coming, when they came. We have access to over 150 cameras now, where we can see in real time everything that happens. And these cameras are so good that we can use face recognition. It is becoming extremely uncomfortable. A lot of the issues that we faced in the last 2 months, we have faces, we have timestamps, we have vehicles, and we're investigating thoroughly. One of the things we've done different is we're working with the agencies in Nigeria. The agencies have struggled with implementing anything within the communities on the axis. Coming in alone to effect an arrest is a very difficult thing. We've opened those borders as long as it is a genuine investigation. For instance, you mentioned Yahoo Boys kidnappers. I can tell you that over 30, in quote unquote, Yahoo Boys have been arrested in the last 3 months inside this community. I can't tell you how many people with drugs have been arrested in this community. And you mentioned kidnapping. A kidnapper was arrested in this community. It was a very big home and built the house. In fact, I saw him when he was on site building the house. And one day, the DSS come here to look for him, saying he's a kidnapper that has come into Lagos. So they're here. But what we're doing is we're making it very uncomfortable for them because I think over the years, VGC was seen as this haven where you can hide your criminality. It's no longer business as usual. If you notice, even when I speak, I send a lot of warnings. That is part of zero tolerance on criminality. People come here to live peacefully. People come here to retire. So it's important to us that the people
want to stay there and hide.
Are working. A lot of things are going on and have been going on in the last 2 months. And if you remember, when we embarked on the CCTV project, I said the most difficult thing we're facing is we're gathering the intelligence, but we have no data, no no faces, no timestamps. And those things are now available. So I can tell you that VGC will be safer. There was an incident that happened, I just got the update this morning, where someone jumped into a resident's house. They came from the water, and these are petty thieves. That house was targeted and robbed before. But the difference this time, and the resident was the one attesting to it, is we're able to call him and say, someone just jumped into your house, and then we rushed there. And he said to us, the difference between the first time I got robbed and this time is that you could see when someone was coming in.
So basically, this guy succeeded in the work he was given. He got the assignment to bring security to VGC, and he succeeded in it. And here he was giving the press conference and say, this is how far I've gone, this is what we are doing, we are securing. He was giving and I think this was a mistake. So going forward, if I'm going to share this video later on in the chat and in Telegram, please, if you get this position, if you are in security, don't disclose your sources, what you are doing, how you are, because it's not a society that actually wants progress, that wants things to work. It's a society that enjoys the criminality, that billionaires and millionaires and rich people and big guys out of criminality, they don't want to let it go. So if you are coming and talking about security, safety, anything that will change the narrative for the better for a lot of people, they don't see you as that. They see you as a threat. So as we are talking now, this guy, they don't buy him. He's out. They have taken him out. Somebody that you say there is insecurity and there is stealing there and there is a lot of problem, and this guy came in. So normally that VGC, they went there to hide because it is a posh area, very posh area of Lagos. So they went in there to hide, and when they are living there, they can commit all kinds of atrocity. Who won't enter VGC, big man, or lower place, go they ask question. But he broke that code, and they say, oh, even when they are driving big car, that they will go and report their EFCC will come and will question them for drug, for kidnapping. And he's saying it. There's even one that came there as a kidnapper. He went to build big house, and then the DSS came there and caught him because he was doing that where his source of money was coming from. So as you can see, he was doing the work, but still they buy him.
Even have shields, security shields, where at night, if you pass certain parts of VGC, it triggers, and we know that there's someone there, and we're able to watch. So a number of things are changing. So you will be better secure. Criminals will always exist, where you must make things very uncomfortable for them to thrive within your community. Thank you. Of course, Mr. Ayansi, thank you very much for your comments. You commented on the codes as the first point of a security lapse. You're correct. You are correct.
I want to show you the VGC we are talking about.
Better creative ways to ensure that these codes cannot be given out. We did a number of things. For one, having one account per house, even though that email can be shared. Even that is not working effectively enough, because you have residents who have turned parts of their house into shortlets and all sorts of chalets and things that give out these access. So we have to figure out.
So this is a very posh area of Lagos
that we can actually
we are talking about.
Things. So it's a work in progress, because if you remember, we embarked in our first term on building our own app within VGC.
So somebody that did this kind of work in VGC,
to be able to create those controls, because we notice in other communities, even the information on how you come and go sometimes is being shared with criminals.
So this lady, Tolu Nazal, was just, you can check the video out on YouTube. Is driving through VGC. So you can just have a look at the neighborhood. No?
So that is work in progress. And GM, I think we'll talk a bit more with the security committee and the developers on ways to deal with that.
You can see the difference now.
On drug abuse, this one is an extremely personal one for me. In fact, currently I'm working with the with lesser to deal with the issue on the axis, because VGC is hit hard by drug abuse. We
Yeah,
see
so
it.
anyway, I just say
One
let
of the
me
things we
share this one
started
a little bit.
in our first term is we started to arrest users and interrogate them. So a number of residents' kids, we picked them up, investigated where they were getting the drugs from. There's a lot of things, again, Mr. Ben, that have gone into the eradication of drugs, which I cannot mention here.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, they buy him. That's just the bottom line. So are you telling me that the people that buy this young man, that they want a good country? Huh? They buy him, 42 years old, and look at the work he's doing. So if you get this kind of job, you are a security, but you are doing this, don't give Presley. Let them just be being picked or let them not be sure. Don't show your face. Don't show your face. Don't let them know you and who you are and where you are coming from. That kind of a thing. Please. This vibrant young man, intelligent, you know, IT specialist, using his technique to protect actual lives, to rid people of all this embedded criminality in high places in his capacity. But what did they do? They took him out. They off his light. Yeah, so that's it. That's the country we live in. That's the country of our origin. And then you want to tell me our problem is Oyibo, our problem is European, our problem is church, our problem is our problem is from within, from the homes. I don't know what is going on. So you cannot talk about it now. So this guy came out and worked for the good of the people. They buy him. But the one that come and exploit the people, they clap for him. They say, look away, don't talk about him, look away. Eh? It's unfortunate. Young man, 42 years old, they don't buy him. His name is Gihan Mbelu, and he's from Anambra State. He's from Anambra State. Yeah.